All right, man. Made it back in time for the dang fight, man. Let's get into this one, man. I wasn't going to even cover this fight, but I made it back in time to cover it. Wasn't too interested in seeing this fight, but it's nothing else on in sports. Uh and salute to Colorado, man. I got to catch a little bit of that game. The young freshman quarterback over there played lights out, man. Played lights out football. Unfortunately, didn't pull that one off, but that was a move Dion should have been made. The issue was that quarterback and as well as his offensive coordinator, who he ended up demoting. But let's get into this fight, man. That last fight, that co-main event fight, was garbage, purified trash, purified trash. Stylistic matchup was horrible. I think the Ronnie Shields fighter Stevens came in there a little bit scared or something, man. He looked a little bit shaky on his feet, wanted to hold the whole time. The Tartar fight, Fuji, whatever his name, Fugio, he didn't create enough separation. He was engaging in the clinches as well. It was a horrible fight. But going in this one, man, I had Vergil Ortiz possibly whooping on Lubin because I believe Lubin is a wash fighter. But when I'm looking at it, I think Lubin having the experience, being more natural to this weight class, and or Vergil Ortiz not really fighting anybody yet. I think this is the from experience and skill wise. I think Lubin may be the best fighter that Ortiz has faced. And I think I changed some of my viewpoints on how this fight had turned out. I think this is going to be tougher than what Ortiz and Oscar De La Hoya uh, uh, bargained for. I think they may bite off a little bit more than they can chew with this one, possibly. So I don't want to count Lubin out. As my early assessments on that was Ortiz is just going to smoke Lubin because Lubin is washed. Lubin has been in battles and stuff like that. I think my opinion a little bit has shifted a little bit on this one. I think Lubin coming out here and get this guy a pretty good test. Depending upon what kind of fight. Styles make fights, depending on the kind of fight Lubin makes this one. Does Lubin box? Or does Lubin engage into the kind of war that Ortiz may welcome? So we'll see what we get out of this one. And then Rob G in the building, Tech G always right, says Lubin will lose. Says the key word of the key word of the night will be punch resistance. Says Lubin has none. Yeah, that's the thing. I think with Lubin and his resistance being gone, but I don't know if Ortiz punches like the other guys that Lubin has suffered his losses to. Behold in the building, salute, bro. Salute, salute. So I don't know what I get from Vergil Ortiz. I don't think too highly of Vergil Ortiz. I don't think Vergil Ortiz has solidified himself yet. Don't think he has fought anyone at this point in his career. He's another mystery to the world of boxing, just like Jerron Boots Ennis. So here they are making introduction for Vergil Ortiz. See what we get out of this one, and think this one gonna be a little bit different than what I thought it'd be. Think this one definitely gonna turn out uh, uh, to be something pretty interesting. Think this is gonna turn out interesting here. Let me go ahead and get my keeper in here, the score thing, the round by round, and this is Vergil Ortiz. I like to score fights as well as make these calls on it because I like this shit. Let's see, we got first round. Let's see what we get out of this. See what Lubin can make this into. And let me see. I think my round by round ticker will be scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Let me see if I still got that scorecard app on here. And I hate the way they changed the scorecard app. I think they should have left it the way that it used to be. Okay, let me go new card. They already got me in. Let's see. This is going to be Lubin versus Ortiz. A lot of people in the ring need to get out. This should be a 12-round fight. Let's go Erickson Lubin. Let's go Vergil Ortiz. What if somebody get cracked with one punch in the fight? Or here they are in the ring. First round. Here they are starting out. Vergil in the high guard. Letting Lubin flick out this jab. Lubin working out the jab, trying to see what he get this guy open with. Here's Ortiz trying to shoot the jab, stepping forward. Lubin steps out of range. Here's Lubin reaching, trying to see his distance on his jab. Here's near the ropes. There was a good jab stuck to the face of Lubin by by Ortiz. Jab to the body by Lubin. So he went down this level. Here's Lubin back near the ropes. Here's back on the ropes. Steps back forward. Took a step over to the right, nearing the corner of the ring. So here he is, stepping back over to his left, back near the ropes. Here he's working his jab out. Ortiz not closing the range. Ortiz jumped out the jab, jumped off his feet to push the jab. There was nothing there he connected with. Here he's shooting the jab to Lubin's body. Here's Lubin back near the ropes. They go Lubin shooting that left hand. He's a southpaw fighter. Jab to the body by Lubin. Good jab to the head by Lubin. Jab again by Lubin. Here they are. So southpaw orthodox fighter. They haven't, watch for their feet. Good defense in there by Lubin. Covering up is Ortiz trying to attack to the body while Lubin's on the ropes. Lubin, good jab. Good job. I'm sorry about that. Good clinch in there by Lubin. Lubin able to double hook behind the triceps. Good left hook in there by Lubin. So far, so good for Lubin here in this first round. Lubin stepping it back to the center of the ring. Here's Ortiz trying to find something. I think he's having issues with where the foot placement is and also with the movement. Now Lubin starting to move around. Lubin trying to shoot to the body. Lubin thought about throwing the left uppercut, held back on it, finding that target wasn't there. Here's Lubin stepping back, stepping around. They go good jab in there by Ortiz. Lubin stepping around. They go Lubin flicking his jab. Lubin loosening up a little bit more, getting more relaxed, finding the timing of Ortiz. Is Lubin sliding back as Ortiz flicks a jab up top. Lubin stepping back, or making Ortiz miss these jabs here. They go good hook bolo shot into the gut in there by Lubin. Lubin working that jab. Lubin coming around with a little lead hook, going around that little guard that Ortiz had up there. Here's Lubin sliding back towards the ropes, trying to see if he's going to get Ortiz to close and go Ortiz with a nice right hand to the top of the head. Lubin almost tripped as he stepped up off those ropes. Good left hook in there by Ortiz. Good straight right in there by Ortiz. Snapped the head of Lubin. So Lubin better get more active off these jabs. So here's Ortiz making a little rally here. Here's Ortiz. They go Lubin thought about throwing the left to the body. They go the jab to the body by Lubin. They go Lubin throwing little feints at him, trying to break the rhythm of Ortiz. Here go Ortiz trying to shoot out the lead hand, missing that. It will go right into the body in there by Ortiz. You go Ortiz with good combinations to the head of Lubin while Lubin sitting up on the ropes, blocking most of them. He had the guard up there. They go good jab through the guard and by Ortiz. Ortiz was straight left and left hook, and I'm going to give him that round. Lubin let that go. Lubin let that go, getting a little bit too comfortable, holding back on his offensive volume and stuff. He was looking good early on in the round. He's looking cool early in the round. He let that one go. So let me go ahead and put that score up there. I don't know why Lubin closed that round out like that. But the defense is looking good. The defense is looking good. Nice little guard. Shells up when he's against the ropes, not allowing too much in there from Ortiz. And Jones says Lubin been knocked out twice. Says he's a gambler. Says, but I just don't think he can handle the Ortiz power. I don't know what Ortiz power is though. Steph says I'm watching. Fam. Salute. Says let's go Vergil. Another cat from Texas, being Steph. Got a couple of Texas folks up in here. And he says if Ortiz doesn't stop Lubin, says then upset alert. TB says salute. Says I got Lubin. Says for the win. I think Lubin can give him some difficulty. They go Lubin starting the second round, shooting down to the body. And then no box in the building, salute. And then TB got at Ortiz as well for that first round. He says Lubin has to get Ortiz respect, says otherwise Ortiz will gain confidence, says, and get aggressive. And he says if Lubin's going to win, he's going to have to be better than the last outing. Ben Israel in the building, salute. Let's see. Boom, good switch over. They'll throw that left into the body in there by Lubin. Here go Lubin shooting that jab out there. Ortiz trying to get some head movement, trying to throw off that lead hand. They go good left in there, good straight left in there by Ortiz, followed by left hook. Hard left hook in there by Ortiz. Right left up to the head by Ortiz. Lubin trying to cover up, laying on those ropes. Here go Ortiz trying to fire, smother him, lean his head into him, trying to press him. Whoa, good straight left as Lubin dropped that damn right hand. But Lubin taking the shots well. Here come Lubin. Here go Lubin looking, trying to see what Ortiz is going to give him. Ortiz doesn't shoot the straight long shots. Lubin feeling very comfortable there. There go Lubin, picking his shots very well. He's piecing Ortiz up. Here go Ortiz throwing the left, trying to chop with the with the right hand shot. Here he's trying to just unload shots. Boom, hard right again. Pulling down the guard. Oh, he just knocked Lubin out. Lubin knocked out. Pulled the guard down, caught Lubin on the temple, knocked him out. Standing on his feet, knocked out. Ref steps in there to stop it. Good stoppage. Lubin's still out on his fucking feet. Here going the medical staff running in there to grab him. Let's see, they got to get him to the ground. And we got Jerron Ennis up in the in attendance as well. Oh, Alicia Baumgartner look bombed in a motherfucker. Easy work. Easy work. It's time for fucking Vergil Ortiz to get the fuck out of boxing. That was dumb sitting on those ropes like that. Ortiz pull that hand down, boom. Look, Lubin don't even know what the fuck happened. He don't even realize he got knocked out. Says over. Lubin didn't come to fight. No, Lubin came to fight. Lubin was just going to try to settle in on the fight. Lubin thought he was just going to be able to kind of let him work himself, let him just give out. Lubin's going to let him try to punch himself out, let him overwork himself. He was going to stay poised. And once he pulled that damn lead hand down, he cracked him right on the temple. He was knocked out standing up. I know boxer says Lubin should never be near a boxing ring again. Facts. Roland Curtis says retirement time. Yeah, it's time for him to get out. So there goes the replay. Here he is sitting too comfortable on the ropes. There was that left hand that stuck him as soon as he dropped his hands. And let's see. He's piecing him up here. They go hook into the body and by Ortiz. Cutting there by Lubin. Lubin working good off the ropes. He got a little too comfortable on the ropes. There he's throwing a little combination. Now, once Ortiz start throwing these little angle down hooks, he threw the first one. He's like, let me pull this left hand down of Lubin. No, let me pull that right hand down of Lubin. They go right hook. Bow. There it is. Lubin out on his feet. Ref immediately stepped in there. The ref may have rocked Lubin as well, stepping in there to protect him. But that was a good job from the ref. He is knocked out. Get off them fucking ropes. Says that's what he gets for laying on the rope. Says I seen him pulling his guard. Yep. That's exactly what he did. Pulled that guard away, knocked him the fuck out. Being too comfortable, being too relaxed. Thinking he had a guy in there he was just that greater and skilled in. He should have been more aggressive and shit. That's what the fuck Lubin get. It's over with. Paycheck's drying up after this, Lubin. Get the fuck out of here before you have brain damage. Sad watching you go out like that. Anthony Jones says, I told you. Absolutely. Tech G says, told you. Says punch resistance, called it. Man, that was a good ass shot. Definitely a good shot. Temple shot. Knocked him the fuck out. Ron Curtis says second round KO says like cannabis said. And then pound for pound says Lubin wasted gas coming out there. Laugh out loud, shaking my head. Jody says man, I don't know if you a female or not. I ain't reading that shit, Jody. And then boxing says so that was a waste of time. Says Lubin was there for a paycheck. He got hit with a good shot. But he stupid fucking strategy. Dumbass fucking strategy. Sitting on those ropes when he could have been moving around utilizing his jab. Making him work for the knockout. Not giving him an easy home run like that. Gave him an easy home run. That's what the fuck he get. And salute to Vergil Ortiz. I like when I see fighters do that shit. If a guy gonna give you the opportunity because he want to box like he ain't got a fucking brain, knock him the fuck out. And that's exactly what Vergil Ortiz did to Lubin's stupid ass. Get your ass out the sport, Lubin. You fucking a vegetable out here. And then Moj says Lubin took the down payment. And then Ro Curtis says referee say Lubin life. Says like breathing save wildest life. That's a fact. Then there's Steph in there laughing out loud. But yeah, I'm glad it happened to Lubin. I hope he sends a message and also the Lubin's promotional company and promoters. Promote would be his promotional company and his managers that he get the fuck up out the goddamn sport. Don't schedule this motherfucker for another fight. Don't even pro box promote this motherfucker Lubin. Get him out of there. Save his goddamn life. And then that's where he made the mistake. Lubin, one of the guys who really fucked up when he was challenging the Charlos. Which one knocked him out? Was it Jamel or Jamal? He got knocked out by one of the Charlo twins. Then it was the same thing for J. Rock Williams calling out the Charlo twins when they weren't ready and got knocked the fuck out like in the first or second round, both of them. And that was the end of them. They went on a run, find the lesser tier fighters to build themselves up. Then that fool Lubin ran into that giant motherfucker for doing it. Got his ass ran through. And then Roland Curtis says, let's go. Boots says, get in the ring. Yeah, let's see. Let me turn this up. All right, he talking about his brother. All right, happy 25th birthday. We don't want to see your fucking brother. And then our boxer says, so Jamel knocked Lubin out. Says Lubin hasn't been the same since. Nope. He ain't been the same since that shit. And it was a beautiful knockout that motherfucker Jamel hit him with. I think Jamel hit that fool with that uppercut. Motherfucker Lubin said. Because Lubin was styling on cats when he was whooping their ass before he ran into the Charlos. And that'd be the thing with young fighters. They want to bite off more than they can chew. They be in a rush. And then they around teams that don't stop them. Look at his ass, knocked out on his damn feet. That was beautiful. A little pull down to that hand. Bow, boom, boom. Step to the side of him. All right, man, enough questions, man. Get Boots in the ring with this fool. Boots done showed up to your goddamn fight. Time to call him out. All right, man, you old fucking nappy head motherfucking goofball. This old nappy headed motherfucker Chris Maddox, man. Get his old fucking rolled around on his head looking ass out the ring and ask some real boxing questions. God damn. Oh, man, DAZN, this is why y'all fucking trash, man. Damn, man, DAZN fucking is trash, man. These whack ass commentating fools out of here. Sim from Buzz says, bro, another quick fight for 54. And then the Road Curtis says Lubin did his ring walk, says to MC Hammers, can't touch this, says, but then he stood still and let Ortiz touch him. Right, sitting on the fucking rings. He ain't even doing the Ali roper dope. He just sitting on the ring doing this shit. While Hook's coming around. When he felt fucking Ortiz try to pull his hand the first time, he should have moved. All right, here we go. We got Boots in the ring. Boots ain't that much bigger than Ortiz. Let's see if Ortiz gonna cower out. This is it. It ain't the best fight in boxing. They stop lying to yourself. Man, look how big this fool Jerron Ennis is. Jerron Ennis done blew up in weight. That's why he got that hood on. He don't want people to see how big he is. Oh, I hear these niggas with this soap opera shit. Oh, Ortiz, shut the fuck up about who talking. No, you're not. No, man, just say fucking fight, dude. Let's make the fucking fight, man. All right, enough of that little soap opera girl back and forth shit about who said what. Yeah, sign the fucking fight. They better not fight nobody else. Nobody else. They better be fighting except one another. Here go the face off. Let's fight. Look, Boots don't want to take that damn hoodie off. Take the fucking hoodie off. Let everybody see how much you done gained. He got to come down and weight. Boots about 165, 170. So Boots definitely blows up in weight. So he definitely been enjoying himself. He definitely up there in weight. And a lot of these dudes should be fighting at higher weights than what they competing in. So you can definitely tell he about 175 or something. 175, not. He probably about 175, 175, 170. And I know boxing says I put Lubin and Hurd says in the same category. It says could have been man. Jared Hurd was a motherfucker who really fucked off so much fucking money, man. That's these dudes turning into divas with these goddamn belts. They become champions and then uh uh hide the belts away from other opponents they supposed to be in there fighting and shit. Uh that shit with that shit with that shit with Jared Hurd is sad. That shit is sad as fuck with what happened to Jared Hurd and the way he just wasted away his goddamn career. Not fighting the Charlos when he should have fought him. But I mean, he did get a slap out of the Charlos, but there was nothing to fight for. And the stem from above says they did Lubin like. But yeah, I can't wait for them to get this damn fight on, man. It's well overdue that these dudes need to get in the ring and get the shit cracking. So they did. Yeah, I read that one singing from above. All right, so there we go. I'm back. Let me see. Let me switch over to this computer. Test. I don't know why All right, we
glitching
back,
like that.
folks. Let
All
me
right,
go
we
back.
back, folks. Let me go ahead.
But yeah, this fool, that fool Jared Hurd is like one of the sad situations. A lot of these dudes is sad to the sport. They have wrecked boxing. They have caused severe damage to the damn sport of boxing. Just with the antics of dudes become champions. They act all high and mighty. They don't want to fight other fighters. They keep guys away who they're supposed to be fighting. When the fans want these fools to fight, they won't fight. Talking about who ain't stars, this and that shit. And then Roll Curtis says, "Let's go." Steve from Bus says, I personally got Boots stopping Ortiz. Says, let's see it though. Yeah, we got to definitely see that fight. Boots better not schedule to fight nobody else. I know Box says Boots Ortiz a great fight. Tyree says 185. He said he got Boots at 185. Boots is definitely put on a lot of weight, like most of these fighters do. And it's crazy to see these dudes fighting in the 140s and 150s and walking around at that kind of weight. And then Steph, so you see Boots blow up, his face blow up like mines and shit. Steph says Oscar back on BSAK says on BSAK drugs. Yeah, he was definitely the way he was speaking. Oh, that's that football fool. That was that fool from the Cowboys, the one running back from Ohio State. What was that fool name? And then I seen Earl Spence earlier at the fight too. He came to say what's up to Vergil Ortiz in his locker room. That was cool. And then Roland Curtis says Vergil Ortiz didn't take any damage, so Vergil versus Boots should be first quarter. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great observation right there. That's a great observation. Is 2-round fight, and Boots got to hurry up and get back in the gym before he get to fucking being 200 damn pounds and shit. So he definitely took some time off in this one. Definitely took, and then matter of fact, Boots didn't take no damage in his last fight. So it's definitely time for them to get back on. Definitely time to get back on. Oh man, somebody shot at a border patrol agent. I knew that was coming. Can I say my saying one more time? Always right with Reggie Owens, goddamn it. That's to that stupid motherfucker in the White House, Donald Trump. I was trying to look for some. They was showing something about Donald Trump was at some damn event at the damn White House, and his ass fucking passed out, sleeping shit. And then Tyrese says Herb stayed at 154 too long, says drained himself. That could be the other thing too, because Herb probably walked around at 220 pounds. That is probably definitely true. That is definitely true about the Jared Hurd thing. It's just sad looking at these people in boxing, man, and in all the fight sports. All the fight sports, you get fighters that are taking advantage of size against going down, losing weight, to fighting smaller, naturally smaller people, and then making a weight and then blowing up to where their body has settled itself and shit. When they fighting smaller guys who can't balloon in weight, like weight is a major factor when fighting a motherfucker. And then Anthony Jones says, shout out to my Haitian bro. Says they got to hold this L. Says they got to hold this L tonight. Laugh out loud. Oh, that fool. Oh yeah, Lubin is from Florida, so he probably is a Haitian, man. He fought that fight like a chump, man. Nigga sitting on the ropes and shit. Like what the fuck? That's what Lubin get. And then Nano Boxer says, go fix your stream, Slim. Brandon Watson says, just leaving the fight. Said Lubin trash. Look, Brandon mad, man. Them fights on that card was trash. I know you was part of that crowd that was in there booing that co-main event. That co-main event was garbage, homie. Those two fighters should never fight on TV again. You know, the Ronnie Shields fighter Stevens, that nigga was holding his ass off, and the tall motherfucker was holding too, because he's allowing that fool to get in there. And then the OG in the building, salute to the OG, Blood Boxing, Retro Boxing, the documentary, salute OG. I know Boxer says CompuBox has Lubin only landed 3 punches. Says Lubin definitely didn't come to win. And CompuBox is full of shit if they only had that fool landing 3 punches, because he was placing some jabs in there as well. And then King KO says the race baiters says pick Lubin. And then race baiters pick Lubin. This fool get that shit. Mir always right in the building. Salute says what up? Brandon Washington says Z. I'm not sure what the Z is. And then Mir always right says, is Dev Norman next week? Wait, that one is. Damn, when is Dev Brian Norman? I mean, that shit crazy, because I think Brandon was bringing that shit up the other day about how everybody called it the Dev versus Brian Norman fight, when it's actually the David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard fight. No, that shit is 2 weeks from. Was that 3 weeks? No, 2 weeks from now. So they'll be fighting on the 22nd. Man, these fights take too long to fucking happen, man. Too long to get damn fights going in boxing, man. And watch Vergil Ortiz and them don't fight the fucking June and July or some shit. Watch how long they take to make these fucking fights. They won't. I guarantee you that this fight won't happen until June or goddamn July. And then King KO, I ain't gonna stay on here too long neither. I'm gonna get through these comments. King KO says Lubin always been trash. Says he got a gift win against Ramos. But nah, you ain't always been trash. That fool was actually a great ass prospect. He was a hellified prospect. I would never call Lubin trash. Lubin fucked up moving too goddamn fast. Lubin got off too much by his athleticism, and then wanting to get into crowd pleasing fights, trying to entertain fans, and then getting his ass fucked up by the Charlos. Then going into that fight with that tall ass dude Fortuna and getting his ass beat the fuck out the frame. And then I know Boxing Brandon Watson says go knock out one of the Mexicans. Says for our get back. Says for Lubin getting slept, says thanks in advance, Slim. And one of the Mexicans ought to beat you the fuck up for pushing old racial bullshit like a little white clown. And then King KO says Booth's going to give Ortiz a boxing lesson. We're going to see. Nah, Brandon, I ain't dropping the link. I'm trying to get off of this shit. And then Jody says, how did I get kicked out? Man, because you saying fruitcake ass shit. And then Brandon says, drop the link. I know Boxer says, yeah, it says Lubin the Haitian. All right, let me see. I ain't staying on this motherfucker long, so y'all don't even think that this about to be no 4-hour stream. I'm about to get off of this motherfucking roll out. And he says, Haney Norman Jr. says November 22nd. Aaron Parker says the Blood Boxer saying salute. Texas G says who gives a fuck? Says if he Haitian. Says folks get caught up in race. Yeah. Motherfuckers be caught up in that because they too busy letting white folks kick them in their ass that they turn everything in a race shit. Mexicans do it as well. Filipinos brought that chump ass shit over here. A lot of these fools bring that shit, and then black people want to engage in that whole ass shit. Anthony Jones says, but don't be really want to engage in shit when racial shit is really meant to stand on and put a foot in the ass up. Anthony Jones says only fighter Haiti got says now is Richardson Hitchens. Laugh out loud. I thought Richardson Hitchens was from Africa. I thought that fool was from Africa. And then Thrill Hill says don't waste no words on Lubin. Man, that motherfucker Lubin just fought a stupid fight. He could have made that fight go longer than that if he got his dumb ass off the damn ropes. Steve from above says you got any football streams planned tomorrow, bro? Let me see who playing in the NFL. I wanted to cover I was happy with the Colorado game today, man. I was really happy seeing that young kid get out there, man. And then I was like, man, Deion fucked up when he called one of them timeouts. I mean, I hear that stupid motherfucker Trump trying to get the damn stadium they supposed to build in Washington, D.C. named after him. Man, fuck Donald Trump. Little hoe-ass motherfucker. Nigga's a bitch. I be wishing I get invited to a White House event, man. I be wishing I can go to a White House event. Man, them niggas are definitely. I had to bomb on the Secret Service motherfucker. Slap Trump. What's up, Rob G?
Yo, what up, Red?
What's cracking? Go ahead and cook.
Man.
What's up, CJ?
Man, that's I called this. I thought it was gonna go to what, like 8-9. I thought Lubin was gonna put up a better fight, but I said, look, it's gonna come down to this. It's gonna come down to punch resistance. That was the main key word that I've been saying. Is this gonna come down to punch resistance? Like, I think Lubin, he might be the more skilled fighter. I think Vergil was very one dimensional. But when you know, and I think Vergil, he don't got no plan B. His plan B is to just keep pushing forward on his plan A, which is just march him down. And when you got someone that's going to be that knows how to be technical and can has some punch resistance, you gonna run into some problems. And I feel like they haven't been maybe Boots might be the first one of that stature. I still don't know Boots punch resistance. We haven't seen nothing, but Boots might be that first one. But I feel like they haven't really matched Vergil up with someone like that. But whenever they matched him up with Lubin, the main thing was everyone said, "Oh yeah, he crafty. He this or he not crafty, but he can box. He can this. You know what I mean?" And it's just like I felt like he. One thing about Lubin too is Lubin has heart. And he you got to give him that. He does have heart. Just because he gets knocked down and he gets, just because his chin can't take what his heart wants to be, don't mean that he don't have heart. He does have heart, and he does like to fight. But what the thing is he gets caught up into that. And when he should have fought more on the outside, he should have boxed more. His heart is going to pull him into that fight, and his chin is not a good partner for that, and that's what happened. And it came down to punch resistance. That's what I've been saying the whole time. But yeah, that's all. That's all, man.
Man, no, great breakdown on that one. Absolutely on that one, man. And I'm kind of upset with Lubin to be that experience of a fighter compared to this dude, like to sit his ass on the ropes like that. But the thing I give Ortiz credit for is Ortiz went in there, it being that you put yourself at a disadvantage, giving Ortiz the advantage where he likes to fight a fight. Ortiz went right after that shit. Ortiz ain't going there just to play around, land shots, get the crowd to ooh and ah. He went to end that shit. And I like the move. I like that move of him pulling down that right hand to throw that hook. I liked that shit. So I like the viciousness of him, and he made it easy night. So the only thing I'm looking for is how fast they turn around, get both of these fighters that was in the ring at the end of it together and shit. Like they got to make this fight, and they got to make it in a hurry.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I like his temperament, his attitude too. I'm type man. I always say I like the killer over the technician. I like the one that says I'm gonna go in there and hurt him versus the one that's I'm gonna go put on a masterclass. I mean that's just me. I always like to see, I like to see people do damage. But yeah.
Yes, sir. But shit, that's all I got on this one, man.
All right, man.
All right, for sure, man. Appreciate that, Rod G. All right, folks, we out of here, man. And Lubin, don't you ever get back in another goddamn ring, man. Get your ass off the sport. Catch y'all on the next one. I might come back on later. I might jump back on later on tonight. But I'm out, folks. Peace.